September 9th, and after 2 days of rain, oh, we have blue skies. Nice fresh morning, and I'm headed towards Poonamalee locks on my own.
Planned surprise for little honey bunners. I think you won't know it. Let's see.
Holy moly, it's so nice to see you. Wow. Yes. And we are back in Perth. Yes. Our little restaurants that we go to whenever we're here. In Mexico. Look how quaint and nice this is. Well, my wife came over to see me during the weekend. Bye, hon. I stayed 3 nights here at Beverage Lock near Perth, so because it was so windy and raining and cold, so why not, right? I'm retired, so I have the luxury of time. So yeah, my friends, I'm about to take on those 32 locks on my own. It's about 101 kilometers long, that's 62 miles. I'm very confident that it's gonna go well. I got my thrusters, but I received a curveball. Paul from Boating with Boogaboo is challenging me to do some locks and docking without the thrusters. I like a challenge. And you know what? That kind of brings back anxieties from years and years ago. And those anxieties had evaporated throughout the years ever since I have the thrusters. Yeah, all those anxieties have surfaced back again because the thrusters are so unbelievably forgiving. Now I embrace going through the locks and docking and undocking. I don't look at the temperature much. I don't look at the wind much. So I just concentrate on having fun boating. The other thing about when there's no thrusters, oh man, you know, you're not going to say it to your spouse there that, oh, you have all those little, your antennas are all up and the wind and this and that, and how you're going to proceed. Some other men, they let their spouse know, but you know, it's a big toy to play with. So for those who don't know, Boating with Boogaboo is an inspiring boating channel and it certainly inspired me. I mean, Paul made me buy a Sea Ray Sundancer. So no regrets there. So when he sends a challenge, hey, you know what? The guy knows what he's talking about. So there's probably some underlying message in there that I shouldn't always depend on the thrusters to do things because they're prone to stop working and putting me in a jam if I don't know how to. So I'm about to take off, going to Poonamalee Lock, going this way. Probably going to be an hour or so of driving. I'm going to stay there overnight. There's electricity at the top end, and that's where I'm going to start to do the locks on my own. So now I'm just going to spend a bit of time here, maybe an hour or so before I take off, just taking my time, taking a walk around and just enjoying life. There's just something awesome about locks. I find like they're a couple 100 years old. There's a lot of history there. And then just walking around like this, and it's the grass is well cut and everything, nice big trees. It's just a nice place to stay. So, it looks like you guys are taking a break. I'm about to take off, but see, there's kind of a tight fit here. And kind of a tight fit here, but not so bad. But with thrusters, I would just like go sideways and take off. But now I heard that this gentleman there is leaving. So because I'm not going to be using the thrusters, I'm going to wait for him to go, give me a bit more space. So see, that's what happens when you don't have thrusters. You have to be a bit more strategic. I untied at the back. Now the boat wants to go away a little bit. Got to bring it back in. I'm kind of on the timeline here because of the elements. Looking around. Definitely a bit more stressful than with the thrusters. The back is leaving. I gotta push a 14,000 pound boat on my back paw. The foot of the little motor just scraped a bit the cement because of the angle of the boat. So I gotta push the boat just the right amount. Too much, and I have to overcorrect. Feels empowering, actually. All right. A thrusterless departure, people. Yeah, I think I aced it, right? Yeah, my senses are definitely higher without the thrusters on. The channel here is narrow. Sometimes there are boaters that come in, they don't let you out before you come out. And then I'd have the luxury of just navigating precisely where I want, close to shore but not too close, and without worries of the wind and the current. But now it's different. I need that space, and I feel more that I have an authority on what happens to my boat. If there's another boat right now that would come along that narrow channel without the thrusters, I would just like either toot or something and just take my place. And so it's 10:50 in the morning, and the next step is to dock at Poonamalee Lock, where I'm going to be spending the night with the electricity. In my previous video, this is where my engine died in that channel right there ahead, and the rented boat could have just waited here in the open bay for me to get out. But when you don't know, you don't know, and that was me at some point ago, right before boating. I didn't know everything. It wasn't hard on him at all, actually. So the sign over there says to beep your horn, just to signal that you're coming through. Because there's a curve down there, and you don't see other boaters coming through. My thrusters are not on, so I gotta move a little bit faster than usual, because just to keep the momentum going. That's a bit more nerving without the thrusters. Like, my antennas are up there. Is there a boat coming? Am I close to shore? Count my blessing that there's no wind, that the current is not prominent. My mind is more geared towards damage control as opposed to enjoy boating. And my mind right now is also mentally preparing how to dock, which side I'm gonna dock. If there's people there, if there's enough space between boats that I could dock in, which I normally don't worry about very much. A few times I've been glancing at the thrusters, like, oh. But I got this. Right now I'm thinking I'm going to dock on the port side only because of the dinghy and the exit ramp there is just on that side. So far I'll admit I don't like the feeling without being with the thrusters. Just stepping out of my comfort zone. I see a boat, two. I think one of them is going through the locks, the other one is just parked there. There's some space in between. I don't feel anxious at all. I'm just feeling like, how can I do this the best way? And also, when it's done seamlessly, other boaters are calmer and everything, and the spouse is calmer too. And another funny thing is that I took my shoes off so that I can just be barefoot, because without the thrusters, it's a bit less forgiving, and I won't have time to put my shoes on. I'm gonna have to run out there. Normally, I'm feeling like, oh, watch this. People are gonna say that, oh, I knocked it out of the park there with the beautiful docking, but now I'm not so sure. It's gonna be a beautiful landing, but perhaps not as soft. I just looked at the thrusters. Normally it doesn't matter where I turn, but here I got to go a bit further so I have an angle to dock on my port side. All good. And here we go. Back up a little bit. Beautiful maneuvering. Who needs thrusters, right? Ha! Look at that. All good at the back. Kind of close, but a walk in the park, people. Look at, I'm playing with the momentum here. Easy does it. Now the front. Let's bring it in a little bit. Bring it back a little bit. Stop it. And we are landed. The thrusters were not even on. Hey, Paul. Yeah, oh yeah.
Ouais.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Now, instead of thrusting it to me, I'm pulling the cord, tying it up. Well, I'm pretty happy about myself. I know what people are gonna say. This is their first time luck. So I moved forward a little bit because there's some pylons there, and then there's a sign that says reserved. There's I talked to the lockmaster, and there's a cruise ship 90 feet long coming a bit later today with about 45 elderly people. So that should be interesting. With the shore power, let's go put the heat back on. It's gonna be a cool night again. Oh, it's nice and warm from this morning. And we have heat, people. 12:05, I'm all settled in at the lock, Poonamalee, so yeah, awesome. So this is before. Well, that's one big piece of boat. But Frank, what are you gonna have to eat for dinner?